If we go back to the planning page, we can then review any of the remaining information. And now we're done entering in our scenario setup and planning page details. We're now ready to proceed to the client report and select what charts, tables, and commentary we want to include in a 1 or 2 page report or in a full customizable report. I'll go to Report Builder, which is going to allow me to select what pages I want to include and in what order. So you'll see by default, I have access to all of the pages available from Snap to provide as much or as little detail as I feel is necessary. If I want to focus on the snapshot and the 1-page report, I'll click on Snapshots only, and that's going to gray out all of the other pages so that they're not included in the analysis. Coming to the snapshots, I have the option to select from 10 summaries. If I include all 10, that would create the 2-page report that we saw at the very start that was used for the annual or quarterly review update. If we want to get that down to a single page, we'd need to select our preferred 6 summaries. So I'm going to go through the list and figure out which ones are most relevant for Michelle's case. I'm going to get rid of financial assets, the net worth summary, and I can do that by either clicking and deleting or dragging the page out of the included pages section. Now that I have my desired 6 tiles, I can also reorder any of the pages in order to customize how the story gets told on this 1-page report. I'll click Save, and that's going to keep my 6 pages. Now I'll go to Planning Pages in order to, go to the Report Editor in order to see the pages and customize the information included on each one. So we have the goal summary. From here, we have the client's name, their age, retirement age, and the most important thing that I want to emphasize with these tiles is that these are dynamic template variables. So rather than typing in the client's name or their retirement age or their retirement date, we are entering in the variable itself rather than a value. And what that does is anytime that we update this plan, so if we do a quarterly review or an annual review and we change the assumptions that we had in the scenario setup or planning pages, these reports get updated in real time. So you don't have to come in here and tinker with the numbers and make sure that everything's up to date because they're all referencing actual variables from the plan rather than typing in that information. And not only can this be applied to this current client, but once you save your template and you set up the pages how you want, you can use those variables for all future client scenarios. So once you're done inputting the scenario setup and planning pages, you'll have customized, tailored plans ready to go. You can also delete any of the information that you see here, or you can add additional information. So I could enter in the client's additional travel budget, starting at age, and then instead of entering in the retirement age, I'm going to come to the right here and actually click on the variable itself. And then I can do the same for the retirement year. Then if I wanted, I could save this as the settings for new scenarios with new clients. So anytime that you make a change, you can decide whether you want that to be your default template or whether you want to keep the existing settings that you have. Clicking next, we can go to the assumption summary and see very similar functionality available. So you have the key assumptions using those dynamic template variables. We also have access to some of the charts that we've seen throughout today's demonstration. We have the goal status, which shows the 110% funding, as well as the recommended values that were calculated earlier. And then within the recommendation summary, we can enter in any additional text that we want to include. And now that we're done with our report editor, we can go to report preview and see the results of our work. So we have the client's name, our firm or advisor information, our customizable logo, and then we have those 6 tiles in a nice digestible manner. The goal summary, assumptions, digestible charts, and then the very impactful goal status showing that she is on track for her desired retirement. We can generate the PDF and share that with the client or within our team.